everyone, Josh here with Texas, bringing you guys and gals some more Order and Chaos Guardians, and today we are on Server 7. This is the second variation, I guess you could call, of the early access. The first early access was limited on how many players could get in. We only had the first 4 chapters. The first 4 servers, which my main account is on Server 3, and we are still free to play at the recording of today's video. This is Server 7. They've now added Server 5, 6, and 7, but they've also made massive hero rebalancing changes, which kind of affected some of the reroll targets that we might have went for before, no longer going for now. They also changed up a lot of the login rewards, the early 7-day event login, and all this other stuff. A lot of things have definitely changed in the last update, and I'm glad that it did not make a reroll guide a day or two ago, because it would be completely just useless at this point. So hopefully they don't make any more significant changes between now and global launch. But if they do, I just want to say, whenever you're watching this video, we will hopefully have an updated video for rerolling if they do make any more significant changes by the time global launch does get here. But as of right now, the way that you want to reroll now is you want to go in and, start on the latest server available at the time whenever you get into the game. Right now, Server 7 just launched a little over an hour ago, and that is the latest server available on the game. So it might be Server 10, 15, 20, 30, 50, 100, whatever, whenever you eventually get into the game. We'll have to see, but that's the server you're going to want to start on, the latest one. Go in and do all the tutorial, step for step. That's going to take you about 20 to 30 minutes to kind of get to where you want to be, and that is completing Chapter 216. That is beating Chapter 2 of Story. You want to do that. And in the meantime, you're going to be clearing the first 2 chapters of the Guardian program, which is a new thing that they added to the game recently, and is going to be a big factor in your rerolling method. So you want to clear the first 2 chapters, and then on the Chapter 3 Guardian program, go ahead and complete this one little mission right here. Level up 3 heroes to 20, which I'll show you guys my box real quick. So you get hers for free on day 1, as long as they don't change that. And you also will get a free copy of Roxana as well, which is a light faction hero. And she's also going to be a unit you're going to be able to star up through the Guardian program rewards. You get more shards for free for her. So it's going to be very good and very helpful to free-to-plays out there to have a really strong light faction hero, because light and dark heroes are hard to obtain. So these are going to be the units you're going to be starting with, and then some of these random splendid, like Wister, for example, Irene, Margaret, etc. And you're going to take 3 of these units to at least level 20 in this reroll process. Again, the reroll is going to take about 20-30 minutes. You're also going to have a survey somewhere over here, or they might put it somewhere else. I don't know. Do the survey. It takes 1 minute. You're going to get a few summons from that as well. There's also going to be online rewards, depending on how long you're going to be online during each reroll. You may get a pull or 2 or no pulls at all, depending on how long you're online for. And I'll show you right here. The online time rewards goes up to 6 pulls. But now keep in mind, your reroll is only going to be about 20-30 minutes. You're not going to get all 6 of these. You might only realistically get the first one. You're not going to get these ones down here, because this has been kind of sitting for an hour because I was doing other things. But when you're doing your reroll, you're not going to be sitting here for an hour. You're going to be rerolling boom, 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 back to back as quick as possible until you get your ideal reroll. So you're probably not going to get these 5 summons down here, so you can kind of ignore those, but you will probably get this first one. So you're going to get one from that, and then you're going to go through, click all your red dots, collect all your rewards that are both gems and the purple crystals for your summons. You're also in this process going to be in your Abyss, and you're going to do your first stage of EXP dungeon and Holy Grail dungeon. That's going to be a part of also completing the first 2 chapters of story and your first 2 chapters of the Guardian program. Now that you've done all of that, and about 20-30 minutes has passed, you're going to be sitting somewhere around 4,000 plus diamonds and at least a 10 pull or more with your purple crystals. So you should get at least 2 multis. Now remember, the game is not in global launch yet at the recording of this video, so you may also get global launch rewards as well, depending on whatever they're going to have for that. That might be another multi or 2, I don't know. So you're looking at, realistically, by the time global drops, maybe getting 3 or 4 multis after you've cleared chapter 2, or maybe only 2 multis if they don't add anything new for global launch, which would be not the best idea. So we'll have to see. But it should be at least around 2 to potentially 4 multis by time global drops. But as of right now, if you're wanting to play early before global, you're looking at about 2 multis and then some, random additional pulls. Maybe 3 multis if you want to stretch it a little bit. So that's what we're looking at here. Now that we've established all of that nonsense, all that craziness, it is called Order and Chaos. Let's talk about the 2 units that you guys and gals were here to, find out. Like, who do we pull for? There's 2 units. 2. So, let's go down here to the main city. Let's go to the Time Echoes, and let's go to Hero Collection. Now, the first hero that we're going to be going for is from the Defiant faction. This is probably the #1 priority for a lot of you out there. Okay, like I said, there's 2 real good options, but this one might be the best for a lot of you out there because it is your core DPS for the foreseeable future. And that is our girl, I Hail Rhina, or as we like to call her, All Hail Rhina, because this hero is an absolute DPS machine. So we're not going to really talk much about the basic, but this special, the ultimate, whatever you want to call it, they call it an ultra in this game. The arrows shine in the shadows with dark energy gathering at its tip, dealing 600% dark damage to the current target in one random target. That is already 1200+% damage with the ultra at just base. If the target is afflicted with Dark Eclipse, which she does not have Dark Eclipse in her kit, but there are some decent units out there that do have Dark Eclipse, including one of the better tanks in the game, which you will get for free, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So if this target is afflicted with Dark Eclipse, they take an additional 140, and that's 740%. And if both targets are afflicted with Dark Eclipse, that's 740% times 2. And by the way, if the target is only one target, there's no other targets to even hit, she will hit that target twice. And of course, that number goes up with the level 2 and then the level 3. You get more damage and more targets. So you can kind of see why she's super, super powerful. And then her passive. When the target's HP is higher than 80%, Hunting Instincts awaken, increasing damage and attack speed by 75%. That is absolutely huge. And then, of course, that trigger condition can go as low as above 40% at level 3. So she's going to be extremely fast. She's going to be building up a lot of mana because she's going very fast. She's going to be doing tons of damage because she's going very fast. And then we already know that her Ultra is already doing tons of damage already. And then her exclusive. Gather Shadow Power to strengthen herself at the start of the battle, increasing damage dealt by 120% for 15 seconds. When Shadow Power wanes, she is weakened, reducing her damage dealt by 60% for 15 seconds, which goes down let's see here. Oh no, she doesn't go down. She picks up additionals. So she extends the Shadow Power enhancement by 5 seconds for each enemy. So that 15 seconds can become 20 seconds, 25 seconds, etc., depending on how many units you kill. And then additionally enhances Shadow Power, increasing crit rate by 40%, which is huge because that's 40% less crit that you have to try and build her up with gear. So that's really solid. And she also has a really cool, really kick-ass design as well. So she is a very, very, very powerful DPS. And she is going to probably be, for a lot of you, your main reroll target. The other reroll target, though, is no slouch in her own right. Now, she is a support and a healer, but she is an amazing support. And that is our girl, not Peggy, that's a meme. Holly, there we go. I can't believe I pulled Peggy up. I'm sorry to put you guys through that. Peggy is kind of a meme because she's like one of the worst units in the game. We call her the legendary fodder. Like she's one of the best fodder goats in the game. Hopefully she gets another buff down the line or something. But anyways, that's another story for another day. We have Holly. Holly is your second unit of choice when it comes to rerolling. This hero is there to do tons of healing. I'm not going to really go over her kit because she just does lots of healing and it's really good healing. But what really gets her kind of high praise is her passive. Passive support skill. The power of Holy Light creates an energy surge for adjacent allies before battle, increasing their initial mana by 20 all the way up to 30. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a massive, massive increase into your mana at the beginning of battle for your units. This is going to allow your tanks, your DPSs, or whatever to go in and use their ultras immediately, way sooner than they would beforehand, and that's going to be very crucial when you're playing in PvP on both offense and defense. That's going to be very powerful when you're going against any wave-based content where you're just fighting, single waves in like story mode or towers. This is going to allow you to climb to areas that you did not think you were going to be able to climb to yet. So ideally, you'd want to get Holly and Rhina together. That would be the OP start that any player would want, especially a free-to-play. These are two units that even the big whales are still using right now in their core teams, because these two units are very, very good at what they do. And I mean, they are top tier at what they do. So you have your ultimate support hero, and then you have your ultimate DPS. So these, again, ladies and gentlemen, are your reroll targets, Holly and Rhina. Now, as I talked about with Rhina and why she's also going to be a priority, in my opinion, she's going to be like your 1A and Holly your 1B, because up here, unless they change this again, I hope not, if you are a new player, you get a limited time 7-day sign-in for newcomers. On day 2, you get Reroll, but on day 7, you get our boy Hailrick. This is the tank that I was alluding to earlier that works perfectly well with Rhina, because he provides her with the Dark Eclipse debuff. So, you have your Rick and your Rhina as a free-to-play all the way up to a whale. That is one hell of a start. So, if you do get Holly and you're tired of rerolling, go ahead, just take your Holly. She's powerful. And then you can have your raid all on day 2, and she'll be your DPS for a while, until you pull a Rhina or somebody else. Okay? Because Reroll is pretty good in her own right. She's not on the level of Rhina, but she's pretty solid, and you get her on day 2 for free. Then if you look here at the sign-ins, you get to start with her. Hers is fine. She's a fine DPS for a bit. And then you're going to get Teresa over here on day 5. Not bad. But you have to wait till day 10 to get Rhina if you want to get her without trying to reroll. So if you're okay waiting till day 10 to get your Rhina and starting with a Holly, that's fine. But I am going to say one thing. If you are trying to wait for a Holly, they changed it up. She used to be day 5. Now she's freaking day 26. So if you want to wait for a Holly, or take your chance with RNG later on, and you don't get her, you're going to have to wait till day 26, almost a month into the game, to get a powerful support hero like Holly. So you really got to think about what you want to do. Do you want to wait till day 26 to get a Holly and just get your Rhina now, or do you just want to wait till day 10 to get a Rhina and have your Holly now? But again, you could pull her or both way before that. Obviously, you're going to have summons to work with and stuff like that. But yeah, in the reroll, Rhina and Holly are definitely the go-to. Now, I will say one other thing to kind of maybe help you make a better decision of what you want to do. In the Guardian program, when you get to Chapter 8 and you clear it, you will get a 200 summon reroll banner. And you only get to keep one of those multis. You can get a Rhina or a Holly in that banner. So what you could do is reroll for one or the other. Wait till around day, I believe it's day 2 or day 3, you're going to be able to complete that Chapter 8 of the Guardian program. Complete it, and then go in and try to use that, 200 summon reroll banner and get the other unit that you don't own. So basically by day 3, you will now have both the units that you want. You could try to do that as well, but there is no guarantee in that reroll banner that you are going to get one of those 2 units. Because again, it's RNG. So you guys and gals can kind of decide what you want to do, but I wanted to give you guys all the information that I have at this time for the complexity of this reroll, because it's not your prototypical reroll. There's a lot of moving parts going on. There's a lot of different things. There's a lot of different strategies involved. I'm trying to hopefully cover all my bases here. And if there's any significant changes or any big, things that happen between now and Global, when Global does drop, we will make an updated reroll guide if necessary. So just to quickly recap, Holly or Hail Rhina are your reroll targets. You can choose which one you want to go for. You could try to go for both. If you're a little greedy and have some spare time, go for it. But that is what we have for you guys and gals here today. I'll finish it off with a couple summons so you guys can see what we're working with. Maybe we'll get lucky on this new account here on server 7. And then we'll get out of here. So I have actually over 3 multis available. But again, that's because I've been sitting here for like an hour to make this video. Which, again, none of you will be doing that for your rerolls. I would hope not. Let's go ahead and do the diamonds real quick. I'm sorry, the crystals real quick. I'm going to just skip these. We're not going to wait. Okay, let's just skip. We got Bruce. Okay, that's obviously not what we want. Let's go again. Nothing there, right? So now we got one single pull. I'll do it real fast. Whatever. We got 19 from Pity, so we might not even hit that Pity again. Okay, so yikes. Let's see. Got 9 summons left. Let's do it again and again and again. If you guys want to see any more guides and how-tos and just general gameplay and discussions for this game, you guys know what to do. Alright, so unfortunately, we are 3 away from seeing what our next epic was going to be. But if this was a reroll, I would can this and start all over again because that was terrible. And I don't think we're going to be able to get another pull quickly. Are we? From the weekly? Maybe. No. Alright, so... Oh, actually, I forgot one more thing that you can do. When you do pull new units, you can go to your hero collection and collect these as well. This might give us enough to hit that Pity again. Don't forget to do this. I actually almost forgot. It was actually one more point I wanted to make early on in the video, and I completely forgot about it. So let's go back in here. We could do... Oops, we could do one more summon. Alright, we got nothing, so I'd have to wait till 2 more. But if I'm 2 away... Honestly, I might go push story for another 5-10 minutes just to see. I mean, if you are that close to another Pity to try and get a second epic, maybe it's definitely worth doing it in a reroll. But that's going to be it for me. Again, Holly, Rhina, that's all you guys need to know. Hopefully I explained everything in great detail. I know this was a longer video than normal reroll guides, but again, I want to make sure you guys were all caught up on everything and you knew the process, you knew what to look forward to, you knew what you have to work with, and don't forget to do that survey. And by the way, if you do that survey, you could probably just do a quick 1 reroll in like maybe 10 minutes and 15 minutes instead of 20 to 30. If you only want to work with 1 multi for a reroll, you could do that as well. That's up to you. But I'm going to get out of here. That's it for me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, to get notifications. Join us in the Discord and description below as always. Until next time.